G's. Opposition think they gon' win, well, we gon' see. People say there ain't no I in team, but if we go there adding.
What up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Laced Up Live every single Monday evening, normally at about 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, but we're on a little bit of a different schedule at the moment. Hey, whatever. It is what it is. We appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out with us on this Monday evening, just like we are every single Monday. Coach Dub, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm live from beautiful Utah in these mountains out here. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. I will say that is some pretty scenery. I know I'm sitting here talking shit. I know I made a face, but that stadium, the scenery that surrounds that stadium is just insane. Like the mountains in the background, it's just that like I said, the scenery and everything that just engulfs, I guess, the BYU football field is just it's an insane view. It truly is.
No doubt. It's pretty. I give them that. It's pretty.
What else is in Utah?
I don't know, the Jazz. I'm close to Salt Lake City. So
okay, that's okay.
The Jazz, and then you got Utah Utes. I'm not too far from them right now, but yeah.
Okay, say hi to Cam for us.
Oh yeah, he might get injured if I say hi. Never mind.
Wait, what? Isn't he already injured though? Like,
I know. I don't want to re-injure him. He might be coming back, but I might re-injure him by saying hi. Who knows?
You look at him a little too hard.
Yeah. My dude hurt. Yeah, let's not do that.
It'd be like that sometimes, unfortunately. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching here on Twitter, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, LacedUp X Podcast, over on YouTube. We're really trying to grow that platform over there. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. We're almost at 200. Please go run up that subscriber count over on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, we're really trying to build that platform over there. That would really mean a lot to me. So thank you guys so much again for coming in and joining us every single Monday. We really appreciate it. I know I have a great time. Coach Dub, how about you? Do you have a good time?
I always have a good time, I'm gaining a reputation over here, man. I'm
having a good time. Get it. We have fun on Mondays. That's my favorite part is we talk shit, we have fun, we talk Texas football because that's exactly what we're here to do. Like, that's what we want to do. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited to get started in SEC play. But before we start talking about Mississippi State, SEC play, everything like that, I wanted to just kind of go ahead and talk about the ULM game a little bit because it's Arch's first start. It was a pretty good showing. One of the things that I think my biggest takeaway was it's so nice to watch a quarterback develop in real time without the pressure and without the fear, I guess. Like, the game was in control. It wasn't ever something that we were in fear of losing that game. So he was able to kind of play a little bit more freely and make those mistakes, and kind of do, like I said, play a little bit more freely if without fear of losing the game or without fear of, costing anybody anything. So that was my biggest takeaway, I think. What about you, Coach? What was your biggest thing that you saw?
I think one of the things I said I want to see Arch do before the game, we feel like this little fill out a form of what we want to see from Arch, and I want to see him take check downs, and because even in fall camp, that hasn't been him. He's been more of a risk taker even in fall camp. Like, hey, Arch let that thing go. So I said I want to see more check downs, and I'm not saying he's not comfortable with it. It's just like, hey, I got this live arm. Let me go ahead and slang this thing. So but that was my takeaway. Arch was going to be Arch. He's going to let that thing ride and let it go. But I would like to see more check downs. It's there. It's safe. It's okay to throw it. It's okay.
I mean, it is kind of funny, though. It is kind of funny to me that his safety net throws are like 40, 50-yard bombs.
Hey.
Like that, that's what he's most comfortable doing is just, you know what, we got a fast-ass dude down the field. There's somebody down there. Let me just go ahead and heave it up and see what happens. And honestly, it's worked out for him. So like, what are we supposed to say?
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, I love it, but I think overall, but the ULM game, I saw. I feel like I know this may sound crazy to most people. I feel like we kind of sleptwalked, but we still blew them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm ready to get to some more exciting games. Not saying I want to be in tight games, but the blowouts are so boring. You know what I mean? Like I want to see some excitement too. Sell some tickets.
Yeah, but also at the same time, like as a Texas fan, I feel like I've seen enough excitement over the past decade. You know, like I've seen enough of the close games with teams that we shouldn't be close with, and like I'm good. I'm good on seeing that. I'm good. Like how can it's just funny because like how can we sit and say that we want to put our foot on at people's necks and like have it all rough and tough and like all gas no brakes from start of the game to the end and
hey man,
like it's just so funny how the narrative like how it's all just kind of like discombobulated and it's all like we want to see the power. We want to see the rough, tough aggression, but we also want to see the execution. We also want to see the finesse, the touch, it's just so funny that like the narratives all just kind of merge together.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like, if you're going to be all gas, no brakes, go ahead and do that. And I don't mind blowing people out, but it's like, if you're going to do it, don't sleepwalk and do it. I want to see, go put up 100. If you got the ability to go put up 70 points, 80 points, yeah, go ahead and get 70, 80. What's the point?
I mean, he's scored, like, we've outscored our opponents, like, almost 200 to, like, 20. So, I mean, like, I get it, but also, like, we're beating the shit out of people. Like, I get where you're coming from with the mentality and wanting to see just that consistent aggression from start to finish and just keeping your foot on people's necks. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, like we're still like, we're not even doing that. And we're still blowing out motherfuckers. Like, I mean, like imagine what it's going to be. Because the thing is like, even at our worst, we've always gotten up for big games. And at the end of the day, Quinn and Sark get up for big games. So OU, it's a revenge game. Especially with what they've been looking like. We'll get into that a little bit later. But yikes.
That's funny. That's cold.
Yikes.
Yeah,
but
grade form. Never mind.
Oh man. It's almost to the point to where like with the injuries and everything, obviously you feel bad for the players. But like context didn't matter for the past decade with us. So
look, yeah. Hey,
let me shut my mouth.
Yeah,
let me shut up for a second.
Like, look, knock on wood or something over here.
Oh, for sure, because we're not immune. Quinn's out. Like
the players. But man, would they care about us right now? If it was reversed, nah. You know what I'm saying? They'd bury them. Put a little extra dirt on top of them. So.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into the all of that a little bit later because we got some opinions. There's a lot going on in college football at the moment, so it's been a mess. It like college football has been complete anarchy this season. I feel like it's definitely been kind of like all discombobulated. I mean, Texas is number 1 for crying out loud. Like we're number 1 for the first time since 2008. Like,
damn. Yes,
we look good. Yes, we've kicked the ass of all of our opponents, but like that's still kind of crazy. It's still a little weird, I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, I mean, honestly, by beating people like that, Georgia, who was number 1, they had a game where they struggled. It didn't look as pretty. So I mean, we haven't had that.
And we went to Michigan, who once again, we'll get into that a little bit later, but I felt so vindicated after that one. I felt so vindicated as a Texas fan after that USC Michigan game. But like I said, we'll get into that a little bit later. What was offensively? I want to kind of go into the ULM game and talk about the offense. Yeah. What was the biggest deficiency, if you want to sit and pick one out, if we want to sit and talk about something that we can work on going into SEC play, what is it that you see that is like, okay, it may not necessarily be a hole, but it's something that could end up causing some concerns later on?
Consistency in the run game. It's just not there. And it's so crazy because we get in the red zone, we bully people and we'll run the ball. But in an open field, like, where's that same explosion? Where's the same bully ball when we run the ball? Like, pass pro is perfect, been great, protecting the quarterbacks and all that. In the open field, where is the same type of behavior, attitude of bully ball? We get in the red zone, I see dudes pancaking dudes, trying to push them back in the end zone. But open field, like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah, where's that pissed off attitude now? Like, why is it wait until we're in the red zone for that to happen?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the only thing I can nitpick in. That's the only thing I think we're red at, and it's explosive runs. We're kind of right near the bottom right now at that. So that's the only thing. Everything else is green shit. I mean, everything else is good.
Well, and I guess, like, my question, do you think that has more to do with the backs? Do you think it has to do with the line and not creating the necessary holes that are needed? Like, where do you think that it needs to kind of take that next step? Like, because honestly, like, it might be a little bit of both, but from, like, when you think about it, I mean, we're down 2 running backs. Obviously, CJ was coming in as running back 1. Jaden Blue, this is his first season starting. So, I mean, they're and at the end of the day, we're still in week 4. You know, like, I guess my thing is, like, if I have faith in anybody to get that shit going, it's Tashard Choice. Like, if I have faith in any coach to not be a weak link, it's going to be Tashard Choice, and it's going to be Tashard Choice's running backs, just his room in general. Because, I mean, even last year after losing Bijan, it was one of those things that everybody was sitting here, oh, what's Texas going to do? What's Texas going to do? How's the running back room going to look? What's it going to look like? And out comes Jonathan Brooks, and we're all sitting here like, told you. So, I mean, and even then, Jonathan Brooks wasn't the starter last season. You know, it took him a little bit to get going. So I fully expect that to kind of pick up. But do you think it has more to do with the backs themselves, or, like I said, with kind of the line play?
Nah, I think it's really both. It's really playing together with the offensive line. They're not getting consistent push, or they're not creating big lanes like they did in the past. And Blue sometimes can be impatient because he wants to hit it and go. But I think it's a combination of both. I think it'll get worked out. The kinks will get worked out. I need to get worked out before we hit some of the tougher teams.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, some of those tougher D lines.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing. We just need to get it worked out, and it's been a heavy rotation too. It's been a heavy rotation. I know they get a ton of reps in practice, but Blue hasn't been practicing much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it'll get there. Baby Rhino, he'd rather run into somebody instead of running. And when he wants to run into
love that nickname for him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Come on.
Because he's like a bull in a china shop. He just blows up whatever's in front of him, and he's just bouncing off of dudes. Like, he's flipping and tossing and just like, dang, chill out, bro.
Yeah,
chill.
Cool. Run around somebody sometime. You ain't got to run through
I'm saying, like, dang, make someone miss. You ain't got to run right through them, bro. Like, chill.
Yeah,
hey, but
it's a running game.
And that's fair. I feel like that's pretty fair. Overall, that's kind of been our quote-unquote weak spot. But even then, a lot of people would kill to be able to scheme the running backs the way that Sark has been able to do, and to be able to highlight what run game we do have. You know, like, I feel like Sark has done a very, very good job of being very balanced offensively. And I don't know. I've just been really, really impressed with what I've seen, especially like from our offense specifically. But I don't know. What do you think about the defense though? Because we talked a little bit about the offense, but the defense creating turnovers. That's been my biggest takeaway. Well, maybe not my biggest takeaway actually, because I think my biggest takeaway is the fact that our defense seems to have our quarterbacks back. You know, like, if Arch goes out and throws a pick, the defense is coming back in and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball right back, or they're forcing an interception, or they're forcing a fumble, or they're they're causing enough and wrecking enough havoc in that backfield and being able to blow up plays enough to where I feel like it's able to give our quarterbacks a little bit more confidence. But what do you think?
I think the defense is playing extremely well as a unit. Like, it's, how can I put it? It's not like, you know how some defenses and some teams, they got like great individuals. They may have a few great individuals, but that they don't play as well. I think they're playing great team defense. And the communication's off the charts. As far as the secondary, like, it's off the charts. I think.
And you've been begging for that all off season.
Oh, I don't know how long.
You've been begging for it.
They called a penalty on Barron for clapping, but he was trying to get somebody's attention. He wasn't trying to confuse the snap. He was trying to get his dude's attention.
Like hello,
hey, over here. But
yeah,
that's been good. I will say this, man. They've been able to play defense in within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage because ain't nobody been able to threaten them. We ain't played nobody.
Yeah,
to even put stress on.
We haven't played an offense to be able to.
We ain't played offense yet, and so we ain't gonna play one. Well, we'll talk about it later, but. Change their quarterback might help Mississippi State, but anyway,
maybe
we played.
Yeah, but I yes, but also like I feel like we've seen Texas defenses in the past look like absolute dog shit in the first few weeks against lesser opponents. So like the fact that we're able to sit and say like, okay, no, there is at least a definite improvement even with us playing lesser opponents, I feel like just shows the work and everything that they've kind of done throughout the entire offseason and ultimately throughout Sark's entire tenure.
Yeah, I mean, it's improved in a lot of areas I really want to see improvement. I just like, well, we play a competent offense and people got to play and cover grass. I want to see what we look like before I'm a big stickler. I think it's different because I watched the game. I watched the game a little bit different. I don't ever watch it for who we're playing. I'm watching it for future opponents. Like, okay, what's the technique look like? All right, you know what I mean? So I think it's that for me. But yeah, I can't wait. Yes, game time.
This is a very, very, very good point. And honestly, I've said it from the first game. Like I've sat and said it from the first game that I felt like we have, like, it looks like we fly around the field more and we swarm so much better than we have previously. Like whenever there's a reception, whenever there is a back that's gotten a little bit loose, you see nothing but white hats just swarming to the ball. And I feel like that's a lot different than what we've seen in the past. You know, I feel like it's just been more of like an every man for himself. And this is the first time that we're really, really seeing, like you said, that team defense.
Yeah, it's good team defense. And fatigue makes cowards of us all. And our defense has the first 4 games, everybody's gotten a chance to play. Now, that's going to change as you go because you got people who finna hit the red shirt because their 4 games is up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that rotation's going to get a little less. When you're tired, let's see if we see the same flow to the ball because now you get more snaps. You know what I mean? You're not going to get those 30 snaps. Now you're playing 60 snaps. Are you still going to the ball in the fourth quarter after play 59? You know what I mean? So I love what I'm seeing. I just want to see a continuation now that you're about to play more snaps than you've been playing.
Mm-hmm. And that's fair. Like I said, that's completely fair. Which offense do you think that we have on our schedule do you think could actually provide the test that we need them that like you feel like would prove the significant boost, I guess, on the defensive side of the ball or in the secondary?
Man, y'all don't want me to tell y'all. Y'all don't want me to say this because I'm gonna have a lot of people shocked in the comments, yo. But I believe in young Mikey Hawkins, the new starting quarterback at Oklahoma.
It's not. You can believe in Mike Hawkins all you want. It's not Mike Hawkins. Jackson Arnold wasn't their only problem. Jackson Arnold is not their only problem. So like,
yeah, he's gonna get.
I feel like he'll be able to test it in a sense, but not. He won't be able to test the secondary like we want him to. That offensive line is not going to be able to pass protect the way that they're going to need him to. That offensive line is not going to be able to protect Mike Hawkins. And don't get me wrong, I understand he's more elusive. He can extend plays more than Jackson Arnold can, which I feel like will be better for Oklahoma in the long run, for sure. But I don't think it's going to cause any sort of serious test. I think it might provide a different type of test, but not necessarily the test that I am kind of talking about.
Yeah, I think I want to see more from him this week against Auburn. Let's see how he plays against Auburn. But other than that, you really have it's gonna be Georgia.
Auburn
Georgia be the first
sucks.
team. Georgia be the first one. Georgia be the first true team, but Georgia's balanced. Georgia has every bit of speed to test everybody in the secondary. Like they got 4-3, 5. You know what I'm saying? They got like 5 dudes run 4-3. Now I know you see that in practice every day, but practicing knowing what plays are coming versus, you don't know what Georgia can run. Georgia's balanced. So Georgia be the first one. And Georgia be the first team to make us go 3 and out a couple times too, and put the defense right back on the field. So now fatigue sets in. So are you still performing the same? That's
actually, I'm gonna give. Okay, hold on. Don't kill me. I'm gonna give OU a little bit more credit than that. I feel like they might get us on a 3 and out. Like
I would have, but all their corners are gone.
I get that,
but they're about to call me in a second to play corner.
I get that, but they do have a good D line. Their edges are decent. Their linebacker play is decent. So I feel like they could at least force a 3 and out. Like I'm gonna give them at least a little bit of credit, just a little bit.
Okay. In a box, yes, but if we get on the edge perimeter,
I'm not talking about.
It's gonna be.
If we get in space, it's done. Yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna attack them too. We're gonna get in space,
as we should. Honestly, attack them the exact same way you attacked Michigan.
They're about to call me to play corner soon. I'm telling you, they're down bad. I'm just trying to tell you, they're down.
Oklahoma's down bad everywhere. Like honestly, like I feel for the guys for sure because you hate seeing all of the injuries and everything, but what the hell? Okay, sorry. We keep getting into those topics, but we'll get into that in a second. Before LOL. I did say that. I actually okay. No, we'll ask this question later. We'll ask this question in a second. But we talked about the offense. We talked about the defense. Overall, what has been your biggest takeaway in these first 4 games, either on the field, whether it's what they're doing on the field, whether it's culture, whether it's how they're practicing? Like, what is the biggest thing that you've seen that you're like, damn, that's different or that's good?
I would say playing as a complete unit, like offense and defense, has a really good marriage of like if somebody has a drive against us, then the offense doesn't try to score quick. They're like, hey, all right, let's slow it down. Let's give my defense a break, whatever. I think that and seeing the young guys have success, like Anthony Smith, LaFile, Jordan Robel Johnson, some of the young freshmen.
Watching Ryan Niblett get his first tutty,
him too.
I almost welled up. Like watching those guys get the plays, watching Ty Anthony Smith get a sack. Watching the young guy, Ryan Wingo's going the fuck off. Like, what does that say about us as a program? Because like, when is the last time we've seen this many young guys get in this early and be able to sit and play comfortably and actually go in and make plays like this? Like, when is the last time we saw this from Texas?
Yeah, I don't know. It has been a
minute.
Well, because the rules changed too, right? Because now freshmen can play 4 games. So because I have no doubt the other 2,000 teams could have done it with these. But I think with the new rules, Herman wasn't able to do this. They didn't have that kind of depth to do it, or he wasn't going to do it anyway if he had.
No.
But I think it's great. You get this great experience for these guys, man, and I love to see it because they're getting a lot of good film of this kid actually has something. Maybe I ain't got to go to the portal, or this kid don't have it. I got you some film now. You can hit the portal. So we'll see. I think it's been good. It's been good.
I've just been really, really impressed with Steve Sarkisian, just in general, the way that he has built this program. I said it last week. I feel like the way that he has shown this program love is just different than Charlie or Tom. Like I haven't felt this much genuine love for the program from a coach since Mac. And it's such a weird feeling, like, because it's one thing to sit and be good on the field, because I mean, we had 2018, we've had decent seasons where we've been good, But I think everybody realizes that this is a little bit different, that Sark has actually built this program for sustainability, that this is actually something that we're going to be able to see through and continue for the long haul. Well, for as long as everybody's here, like we don't know the situations, and attrition and stuff happens. But I just feel like I love Sark. I really, really do. And it's kind of poetic, just kind of how it's all happened. How we like a program in the dumps, a coach in the dumps, and they merge together and create just like a beautiful partnership. And this is the effects of that. We're starting to finally see the real ROI on everything. And it's exactly what he's told us it would be from the very beginning. You follow this model and it's going to work out.
Yeah. Winning helps. Winning helps you. Winning helps a whole lot. Just keep the same energy if we lose.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's the thing is like,
I'm saying fan wise, like
no, for sure.
Don't keep the same energy because it feels good when you're winning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The more games, the more film people got on you.
Mm-hmm.
And now I want to see that same. We're different when we lose.
But different doesn't necessarily mean perfect either, like.
No, I'm saying if we lose, and it's not you, I'm saying fans, period.
No, for sure. I get what you're saying.
Just keep the same energy in case we lose.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't mean he's bad coach or anything like that. How some people do that. They'll turn 180 on you and
Quinn was a Heisman front runner in week 2, and week 3 everybody wants him benched. Like I get it. Like,
yeah.
So weird. Our fan base is loony. Like you would think it's so funny because you would think that we've been good for the past 20 years. Like with the way that we nitpick and the way that we are so spoiled.
This is Texas. I keep asking, what does that mean? You went to Texas. Tell me, what does this is Texas mean? Because literally, like a lot
I think this is Texas means just whatever it means to you personally. Like, because Texas to me is love, it's family, it's community, it's a lot of the things that I love just in life in general. I correlate to Texas. I correlate to the university. So for me, like, this is Texas means to me, like, this is me. This is X, Y, and Z. Like, to me, it encapsulates an entire attitude, an entire feeling, an entire mindset. Like, this is what we do. We are Texas. This is what we do.
I got you. I always wanted to ask that because it's really puzzling me. Like, this is Texas. Like, man, we ain't won shit. What does that mean? Like,
no, because it's the standard. It's the standard, right? Like, because even though we haven't won anything, the standard is always the standard because we are Texas.
I'm not going to say that, but that's why they compare us to that team in Dallas.
Yes.
The NFL.
Well, I feel like Texas fans haven't, like, yes, I get the whole we're back, blah, 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 whatever. But that's more, I feel like that's been more from media heads and narratives versus, like, there have been some Texas fans that definitely thought we were back in 2018. Honestly, I thought we were at least going to go on a little bit of a run. I didn't think we were going to be one and done like that. Like, I didn't think we were going to go back to having like a 7-win season the very next season. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like it's different. I feel like it feels different. It just does. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just fucking different, okay?
I get it.
I don't know how it's different, but it's just fucking different, okay?
I got you. I had to ask, though. That's a good one.
No, that's fair. And it's funny that you've said that, though, because I have called us the Dallas Longhorns. Like,
why your eye twitching, yo?
Because the correlation is there, and I freaking hate it. But I have more faith in my Longhorns than I do my Cowboys. So, because I have more faith simply because of leadership, simply because Texas is aligned from top to bottom, and that's not even just including football. that's from top to bottom, from AD to Prez to, Coach Vic, Coach Sark, Coach, whoever it is, Schloss, everybody, Rodney Terry, everybody is aligned. Everybody is on the same wavelength. They know what's going on. They know the standard. And that's why we have the program, like the athletic program that we do, is because this is Texas. Fucking duh.
Okay.
Your face. Let me get off my soapbox real quick.
Yeah.
Let me get off my soapbox right quick. But looking forward a little bit to Mississippi State. What are you expecting from this weekend? Do you expect Quinn? Do you expect Arch? Like, how are you feeling about the quarterback situation? Because for me, I kind of feel like I want to see Quinn out there just because it's SEC play. I want him to get out there, and I feel like, selfishly, I guess, for his Heisman chances, I feel like if he doesn't start SEC play, it's kind of out the window. So I really want to see him this weekend. And honestly, even if he's at 85, 90%, I don't think he has to be at 100% to play this weekend. I'm going to be completely honest.
Man, play Trey Sanders and beat Mississippi State. I'm sorry. I don't know, but who the quarterbacks are, I don't know. I want to see. I like to see Quinn back. If he can play, he plays. If he can't go and they don't feel like he's ready, then play Arch. I think we still win comfortably. And yeah, I ain't really worried about his Heisman.
I am.
Me personally, because I don't think he's gonna win it anyway. But we got bigger goals than that.
Oh.
I think the race. I don't think he's gonna make it back in the race.
I think he could. I think he definitely could. I think he very easily could.
It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard, and especially whenever you got Cam Ward going off, you got Jackson Dart that's going insane, you got Travis Hunter that's absolutely freaking nuts.
Boom, boom, boom.
Like Travis Hunter. Honestly, Travis Hunter's probably my pick too, and that's not even any shade to anybody else. No shade to Quinn. No shade to anybody else. Travis Hunter is just that. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like he is an absolute freak of nature. I don't understand how he does what he does, but he does it. So, but I just feel like, like you said, if Quinn is good to go, he needs to go. I feel like that's what's best for him. I feel like that's what he wants to do. Even seeing him on the sideline, I feel like even that's different. We're seeing a different Quinn. He's sitting here dropping F-bombs on the sidelines.
Yeah, we need to F and go. Yeah.
We need to
I wanted to see that.
effing something these mother effers. Like he like I want to see that from Quinn. I love seeing that from Quinn. And so it makes me feel like he was devastated when he had to get taken out versus UTSA. Like he honestly, I think that was part of the reason why a lot of people thought that he was done for the season, was because he was so dramatic on the sideline, because he was so upset that he had to get taken out because he was hurt, Right. So I feel like that his reaction is what caused a lot of people to sit and be like, oh my God, is it that serious? But that just goes to show how different his mindset is, in my opinion. I feel like it just goes to show how much he wants to be out there.
I hate seeing a dude laid out on his back because he got bad memories of Alabama.
And the way he went down was just weird. Like it was so weird.
Shit hurt.
It looked like it hurt to breathe.
It's kind of like your boy Ryan Garcia when he got hit by a tank. He was like, same way.
Like the immediate leg buckle.
Yeah, exactly.
No, for sure. And I don't know. I'm excited for Quinn. I really, really am, because, Heisman, no Heisman, he has the potential and the opportunity to do something very, very, very special with this Texas team this season. And it seems like he's got the right mindset for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see him come back and see or he can come back against Oklahoma and have another 49-0 game like he did when he came back first year. Who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Actually, I might prefer it, because fuck OU. man. Man,
Say
fuck,
it with your I ain't gonna let me not say that because never mind. Say it loud,
man,
proud.
fuck you. But what about defensively? I know we kind of talked a little bit earlier. Blake Shapen, obviously, it was reported that he is out for the season. So Mississippi State is going to be starting a brand new quarterback going into Saturday. So what does that mean? What does that mean for us defensively? What exactly does that mean?
I think you're going to see a new dynamic of the veer and shoot because Chris Parsons can run. And don't get it twisted. Like the veer and shoot, at least they're going to actually throw the ball. But he's going to run the ball too. So he's going to spread you out to run. I would say this: their running backs are actually good. Like they run for a ton of yards this season. You know what I mean? Like
they're actually good.
I know. I was surprised. Like, they haven't been able to throw the ball. Right? They got one good receiver. That's their issue.
Mm-hmm.
But they can run the ball, and they got 3 running backs. And so the little mishaps we've been having, and I know people haven't really been taking advantage of it all the way, but you saw a couple of missed tackles or people getting the wrong gap. You can't do that against Mississippi State because they want to run the ball and they want to slow the game down anyway, right? Because they don't want to get blown out. But adding Chris Parsons in their quarterback, I think it gives them a different dynamic because he can pull and run too, and then he'll throw it late. Like he's played in big games in high school. He's played in Duncanville, played at IMG. Like, you know what I mean? He was a big 4-star recruit. He was really good. Why he chose Mississippi State, I don't know. But oh man.
Well,
but
was he there was he a Leach recruit?
He was, yeah.
That's why. That makes more sense.
Yeah, he was a Leach recruit. So I think he has a different
Rest
dynamic.
in peace to the pirate. R.I.P. homie.
Yeah, R.I.P. It's just not enough. It's just not enough, but I think they'll score more points than anybody else has scored on us this season.
That's fair.
Yeah. Hey, they might score 10. Like, how much did Michigan score? 13?
12.
Okay, they might score 17. You know what I mean? I ain't giving them a lot of points.
I don't know. I kind of feel like our defense now kind of has a chip on its shoulder now because at this point, you've given up 2 touchdowns all season. And one of them was in garbage time. Like, I feel like they're walking in with a chip on their shoulder being like, no, I want them to have a chip on their shoulder. I don't want them to let a brand new quarterback, Mississippi State, whose offense just looked did they even score versus Florida? Like, what was the final score versus Florida? I don't even know.
They put like 38.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so. They ended up doing like 38. They ran for like 300 some yards and they scored. Yeah.
That goes to show. Well, because early on in that game was that game sucked from the beginning.
Now I got to go check. Yeah, I don't know how many points they scored there. They end up scoring on Florida. They end up
I thought Florida blew them out. I don't know. Maybe
they scored 28. They scored 28. No, they scored 28.
Okay, that's more than I thought. But
yeah,
that's definitely more than I thought. But we got a better defense in Florida. And I don't,
wow, Bob,
28,
5 miles.
28's not happening. Honestly, I would even be shocked if 17 happened because I don't think okay. I think that with what you were saying about Chris Parsons, I think he might be able to create more opportunities for them. I don't know how many opportunities they'll be able to actually cash in on. So I feel like if we kind of get, because it's going to be similar to what happened with Michigan. We put our foot on their necks from the very beginning, and their offense doesn't have the firepower to be able to withstand anything, And I feel like our defense has just kind of come out with momentum anyways.
Okay.
So
the veer and shoot has worked for no-name quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Even at Baylor days. Without Robert Griffin, they just threw people in there and it worked after him. It worked at Texas.
Yeah.
The veer and shoot.
It worked. Isn't that what Levy was doing at Oklahoma?
And it worked, right?
It works. Yeah.
It's going to work. So that's why I say the 17 points is a far-fetched because the veer and shoot, It really, and it's fast paced, so you can't substitute. You can't put all these guys in like we've been rotating. We've been able to be fresh.
Yeah.
So I give them 17 points based on a little fatigue, a little like, okay, ULM had a few good drives, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
So
but they didn't do anything with it. That's the thing, is they like you can drive down the field, but they didn't actually.
It was ULM though. Like it's ULM.
Mississippi State lost to Toledo.
Toledo probably beat more team. Probably beat every team we beat.
Coach.
Toledo probably beat every team we've beaten so far. See, there you go. There you go. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Because they're in the MAC conference?
No, it's not because they're in the MAC.
Why? Toledo's good. Not. Toledo had a cornerback drafted higher than any Texas cornerback in the last, I don't know how long.
Because Toledo is not better than Michigan. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be Michigan ass.
Like, shut up. Shut up. Get out of my freaking face. Get out of my face with that one. Anyways, we are moving.
Y'all be doing these teams wrong.
That is insane. It's nothing against them. But at the end of the day, you're trying to say that they are up to a standard that they are just not up to. They are good for what they are. Yes, they're a good MAC team. Yeah, whoever.
Toledo's
you did it last week too.
Toledo's good.
But they are not the same. Like, they are not on the same playing field. And it's just not.
Okay.
So
Toledo's good.
Toledo may be good. I may believe that. Sure. That may be very much true, but two things can be true at once.
Y'all gonna find out about them boys.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Absolutely. Who is gonna be scared of Toledo? Please, coach.
They probably gonna win the
Let
MAC.
Let us know who is gonna be scared of Toledo.
That whole conference should be scared of Toledo's good.
Mississippi State apparently was scared of Toledo. Toledo, they beat.
They should have been. They probably
28 to like whatever 2 or however freaking many 3. Either way, they couldn't score on a MAC team. I give us a little bit more credit than a MAC team.
Hey, I'm saying 17 points is doable from Mississippi State. Plus, they got a new quarterback.
Okay.
And it's the beer and shoot. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, you put 23 on Arizona State. I'm saying they no,
and that's fair. That's fair. I was just saying I disagreed. That's all I'm saying.
So, hey man, y'all leave my Toledo Rockets alone, man. They got some ballers up there.
Nobody's saying they don't. Nobody's saying they don't. Nobody's saying the individual players are horrible, but you know as well as I do that you are just spreading a narrative. Like, that is not it.
I said Mississippi State's going to score 17.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm. Anyways. Either way, I definitely think that they can put up points for sure. I'm not saying that they can't put up points. I'm not saying that our defense is completely impenetrable and they're like nobody is ever going to be able to score on us.
Okay.
But like, what is that smirk for?
Nothing. No, why are you looking at me? I'm just listening. I'm listening. I just turn my ears so I can listen real good. That's all. I just turn my ears so I can listen to you real good.
I just feel like, I feel like I give us too much credit and you don't give us enough.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're
right. Crazy.
That might be true. That might be true.
Anyway.
PTSD.
Anyways, we beaten the shit out of Mississippi State. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of that.
Hey, look, I told you we can win with Trey. Oh, I just called him Trey Sanders earlier. It's Trey Owens. My bad. I messed the dude's name up.
I think you said that earlier too.
I did. I messed up. But
I think you said that earlier too.
With him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
More cold Lord to beat him.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to get into all of the craziness that's kind of been going on in college football the past 4 weeks. But before we do that, I do want to let you guys know about our sponsor. Yay! We've got a sponsor, Better Bets. Thank you so much to Better Bets for sponsoring LacedUp. I really, really appreciate you guys. LacedUp listeners, I've got the hookup for y'all. LacedUp is partnering up this season with BetterBets.vip, one of the most reliable sports handicappers in the country, and it doesn't cost you your whole bankroll to get on board. This past weekend, from Thursday through Saturday, Better Bets players scored big. So we are already playing with house money. And right now, just for LacedUp listeners, you can get every college and NFL Better Bet from now till the Super Bowl at a very, very special price. Regular price for all their college and pro bets is $500, but if you head over to betterbets.vip/lacedUp, you can get my special offer of 25% off the full membership price every pick now through the Super Bowl for only $375. That's a deal you don't want to miss out on. Make sure you go to betterbets.vip/lacedUp and get hooked up with Better Bets this season. Shout out to Better Bets. Love them. He is constantly, go follow them on Twitter, over there on Twitter as well. He is constantly posting all of the handicaps and all of the winnings and units and everything from the weekend, and he's been absolutely killing it. Harry is amazing. So go over to Twitter and please go follow go follow Better Bets. Go follow Better Bets. But I don't know where Coach Dub went. He just kind of disappeared while I was.
You killed that promo, just FYI.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've been working on it for 2 weeks, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I was really nervous about that.
Good job. No, that's a good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you. But okay, so we talked a little bit about the Oklahoma-Tennessee game, but what was your biggest takeaway from that matchup, that SEC gauntlet that happened in Norman on Saturday?
I thought Oklahoma's defense held up, which I thought they would because they're a really good defense until they got injuries. And we knew they couldn't score on offense, and that was a ball game. Honestly, they got nothing going until they got little Mikey in the game.
Their defense was the only reason they were in that game to begin with.
Facts.
Their defense was the only reason that was even that was even a possibility.
Facts.
Facts. That offense was absolutely putrid.
Yeah,
horrible.
That was it. That was the only reason they were in the game. They could have found any kind of points. Whatever.
They couldn't get anything going, and it was just so sad because it was like, I get we've talked a lot of shit, like there was this whole debate about Arch and Jackson Arnold and blah 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 blah, blah whatever. But at some point you almost start feeling bad for the kid. Like you're almost like on a human level, the name on his jersey sucks, but on a human level, I'm like, damn, like that's rough, bro. Like that sucks. Well, and it also doesn't help that OU fans have kind of touted him as the next coming of Jesus Christ. So, or the next coming of Baker Mayfield. I don't really know which one, but are you good? What is going on?
I'm good. I just felt a little sick for a second. Sorry.
What is happening right now?
I'm good now. You got to keep the show rolling.
Sorry if your face distracted me. I thought, okay, anyways, but ADHD brain, sorry. But yeah, their offense was just not good. Offensive line play is not good. Running backs are not good. Receivers have not been good, and they're down to like their at least bottom half of their receivers in their depth chart. All of their top receivers are out and gone and done, either for the season or at least for a few games. So it's one of those things where obviously, like, personally, like I said, on a personal level, you feel bad for him individually. As a team, as a program, they didn't give a shit about any context whenever we had injuries, whenever we were sucking shit, whenever we were having all of our issues. They didn't give a rat's ass. So suck it.
Say it. You feel that. You passionate about that. You let them know.
Because we've gotten shit. We have gotten so much shit from OU fans specifically for the past decade. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, now y'all are want to beat up on us because we're so injured, blah, 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 blah. Okay, sucks for you. Sorry. There have been plenty of times that we've been injured. There have been plenty of times that we've had X, Y, and Z going down. Jordan Whittington didn't even have a fully healthy season until Steve Sarkisian came on the freaking campus. So, ask me if I give a fuck.
No, you don't.
I don't.
You made that clear just now. You don't, but
that's
funny. It's funny.
I don't.
It is what it is, though. It is what it is. I mean, they're down. I don't mind putting a little. I don't mind kicking them while they're down.
No.
I don't because we've been down and down. We've
and they kicked us while we were down with a smile on their fucking face. So you know what? Bring it, baby. Bring it, because I will take our trajectory over theirs any day of the week.
Yeah, they flip-flop. They had all offense, no defense. Now they got defense, no offense. How does that work?
You get a defensive-minded head coach. You go from an offensive-minded head coach to a defensive-minded head coach.
He flipped it kind of quick, but man, God, dog, it's bad. They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. Like they're Michigan. They're Michigan bad. Yeah, they're Michigan bad.
It's bad. It's bad. Honestly, I think, and honestly, I might even give Michigan's O-line a little bit more credit than I'd give OU's. Like, I don't know. Do you think OU would have been able to run the ball on USC like Michigan was able to?
Yeah.
You think so? I think that's a very, very good question, and I don't know. I don't know if I think so. I don't know if I think so.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
That'd be good. That'd be fun to watch. Imagine Lincoln Riley.
That's a good game to go to sleep on. That's a good nap.
No, but imagine how much hatred and mean things would be said during that game.
Yeah.
That'd be freaking funny.
It'd be the same thing we saw Kiffin and Sark matchup. like that's gonna be the internet's gonna be lit.
Okay, but Kiffin and Sark are like besties. I feel like that's a little bit different.
I'm saying, but the internet it'll be lit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's two Saban disciples. Like it's two of Saban's most popular coaches from his tree. So,
or Pete Carroll, hey, whatever you want to say.
Or yeah, Pete Carroll too.
You know what? A lot of people keep saying that Texas Sark is building the next Bama, the next Georgia.
I think saw this point USC. Being made. Yep,
I saw this. USC. We got celebrities coming popping up. I think it's USC.
And they were and Texas ruined their three-peat. They were going for a three-peat until Texas ruined it. So,
facts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Sprinkle. Like I said, I think looking at the trajectories, from Sark, watching OU hire Brent Venables and their whole situation, I feel like at first a lot of people were kind of joking, maybe not necessarily joking, but like making the connection kind of as a jab between, Brent Venables and Charlie Strong. But I think ultimately really the biggest difference between Brent Venables and Charlie Strong is Brent Venables has won a little bit more.
Ooh, hot take. No, it's looking that way. When Charlie first came to Texas, he lost O-lineman and a quarterback. BB's there. He ain't got a quarterback and no O-line. And
they haven't recruited the positions well. Like their O-line recruiting hasn't been great. I mean, obviously Michael Hawkins is good, and he's going to be able. I feel like Michael Hawkins is going to be able to win him some games this season. I don't know how many, but
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough task for him. Like they had O-line, but then they
had a shitty schedule too. Sorry.
And so they transferred the best offensive lineman transferred to Missouri. They lost 3 more. They got 3 drafted. They lost like 5, 6 linemen.
They didn't have a single returner on a returning starter on the offensive line.
Yeah,
not a single one.
They brought in like Porter guys, and all of them got hurt. Like, bruh, like they don't piss somebody off in the world. They got some bad.
That's what the football gods. They pissed the football gods off, and that's why Texas is good and they fucking suck. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's something. They pissed somebody off. So yeah,
they pissed somebody off, and we made whoever it was very, very happy.
Maybe yeah,
because that's what I'm saying. Like, damn, we ain't been through enough.
Yeah, we ain't been through enough.
Like, y'all, I'm telling you, there was this whole discussion on Twitter, like last week, I think, about once we got the number 1 ranking. I think there was this discussion and stuff happening on Twitter about what was it? About something along the lines of, I just have much more like having more respect for fans and stuff that have really been there through the thick of it. Like the fans that haven't just been a fan over the past, 5 years, fans that have been here since 2009 when it all started going, 2010, whenever it all started going to shit. The fans that have really, really, really been there, and even beyond, even before all of our early 2000s, like, like even before all of that, like, I mean, like, we have been through it as a fan base, just in general. We have been absolutely through it as a fan base, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. We earned this shit. We deserve it. We've been kicked while we were down for too long. Over it.
You hurt a little bit behind that, man. You can tell you got a little pain. Like, you don't cry some tears over this.
What?
So you don't cry some tears over this Texas team, huh? You done been through the ringer.
I have been through the ringer. Hey, I was a student during the Charlie Strong era.
You was a student during the Charlie Strong.
I was a student during the Charlie Strong freaking era, guys. Okay?
Yeah, I can tell you got some. Hey,
I've got scars. I've got battle wounds.
Yeah, I feel you.
When we lost to Kansas in 2020, I was living in Kansas. I was in K-State country, having an entire bar sit there and laugh at me when K-State couldn't beat us.
Damn.
Like, how embarrassing is that? I wanted to die. I wanted to crawl into a hole and die because they were laughing at me, coach. Laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Laughing. Because we lost to Kansas at home.
Damn.
And Kansas State couldn't beat us. They hadn't beat us since Obama was in office.
Yeah. I'm glad we don't play Kansas anymore. Yeah.
Me too.
Cool.
Love that for us. They do look a little bit. They do. What do you think is going on What do you think is going on in Lawrence, Kansas? Because they haven't looked too hot, and Jalen Daniels hasn't been looking as great and stuff either. So what do you think's been going on with them?
Did they lose this past Saturday too?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I know what happened week 2. They played them Rebels, but I don't know. I think Kansas has always been one of those teams. They get up to play big people, but then like they are who they are. They're not like just some super good team. They got some good players, but they got a lot of good individual players. You know what I mean? They're not consistent. They're not consistent enough to be like considered good.
But you're gonna boost up Toledo.
Toledo beat the crap out of Kansas. Hey! Why can't Toledo beat Kansas? Huh? Toledo will beat Colorado State. They will beat UTSA, and they'll beat Michigan. And that's how I feel. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
They would.
You can. Okay.
Rockets, baby.
Okay. Whatever you say. So let's go ahead. We talked a little bit about Oklahoma. Let's talk about Tennessee, because I was impressed with what I saw from them defensively. I know the Oklahoma offense just big fat no. Just a big old fat no from that Oklahoma offense. But I was actually very, very impressed with what we saw from the Tennessee defense. I was very, very impressed with what we saw from the D-line. I felt like their containment was very, very good. Obviously, once Michael Hawkins came in, he was able to kind of create a little bit more time, create a little bit more plays for himself, and create more opportunities for that offense just in general. But I was really impressed with what I saw from their defense. Their offense is good. It's got a lot of firepower. They're very explosive. The Oklahoma defense showed that they could be had.
I agree. I think Jackson Arnold's in the game. They like, oh, you can't run the ball, first of all. So
No.
they was able to stop the run with like 5 and then play coverage. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, and they
Like,
couldn't throw the ball either.
I'm saying, so they took that away. Even when Jackson on threw, he threw it in double coverage. It's kind of like they actually blitzed
And
more.
you had Burks right open. You had Burks wide open in the freaking crosser right there too. It was bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they actually blitzed Hawkins more when he got in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They brought more pressure to the youngin. I guess they just really wanted to just knock him out. I don't know, but
he was more of a run threat.
Yeah, but you don't want to blitz a run threat. Like you blitz him, he escaped. He's
going to escape, but he very rarely did he. Was he able to actually do anything with it? That was the thing. Is like, yes, he scored those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
yes, he was able to score 2 touchdowns, but I still, like I said, I still just feel like Tennessee had that game wrapped up from the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, but if OU scores against 2-point conversion, they only have 1 score away, and they get the onside kick. Anything can happen. They were right. Now the game wasn't over because it got dicey in the end.
Oh, it got dicey for sure. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying that I don't feel like Oklahoma. Like I don't genuinely feel like that game was ever in doubt for Tennessee.
They put Mike in earlier. They would have had a better chance.
He was in for 2.5 quarters.
Nah, man.
He was in from the middle of the. He was in before halftime.
He got in like right at the one drive before halftime. One drive, and it was like a couple plays. Like
he had a whole half.
Man,
that's what I'm saying. Like he was able to create more opportunities, sure, but that offense still was not good.
It was. They had a better.
It was
chance
still not good at all.
They had a better chance with Mikey than they did.
Sure, but that doesn't mean it was good.
Then they threw Arnold in on a 2-point conversion. Like, why?
That was stupid. That was so dumb. Why would you do that?
Like, yo, you got now you don't kill even the young dude's quarter confidence. Like, yeah, it was
why would you do that? That made no like. And now I think that was the craziest thing was watching all of the confusing coaching mistakes. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Seth Luttrell.
Yeah, like that offense. Yeah, Joe John, whatever. Finland, Joe Don. Finland, yeah, Joe Don. What's his name? Joe
John Finland. They were tripping, but I don't know. Yeah, just bad. Just
not good. Very impressed with Tennessee. Yeah, I like what I saw from Nico. You know, Nico is very, 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 very talented. I think you see a lot from Nico, the same of what you see from Arch. They're young. Their pocket presence isn't always the best. You know, they sometimes make the bad read. They, rush their progressions. They struggle through their progressions. You see all of those things with Nico that you see with Arch, but the natural ability is just out of this world. Same way with Arch. Both of those guys, I feel like we're easily the best 2 quarterbacks in that class.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good point. Yeah, Nico showed me something. I mean, like, did he take over? Like, no, but he didn't. I mean,
well, and he had the 2 fumbles. Like, he turned it over. He struggled a little bit.
I think he faced the best defense that he's going to see for a while. Like, yeah, honestly.
Oh yeah.
With a lot of confusing looks, and OU's defense is really good. So, but other than that, I like Nico. I think it's going to be good. I didn't know he was that. I know he was that good. Like I
Same.
Know the first 2 games, I thought the offense is the veer and shoot pretty much. So they score a lot of points. So
yeah.
But man, that one post route, I was like, God damn.
He's got an arm.
Where'd that come from, youngin?
Yeah, he's got an arm.
And so I like that.
He's good.
But I think Tennessee, it's like Ole Miss. They finally got defense, and I was able to actually see it. Like, because I didn't trust their defense. Like, man, Tennessee. Yeah. They got some size. They got some speed.
They're huge.
They got a true SEC defense over there.
They're huge. I think you really saw the difference size-wise whenever you saw the OU offense and like the OU receivers against the Tennessee DBs. The size difference is just insane. The Oklahoma receivers are about that big and about that tall. Like, they look so small. They look so small. And I think what's even worse is, like, because I was watching, I'm pretty sure it was from Gabe and Teddy Lehman's podcast, but they were talking about, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Talking about small receivers.
Oh, yes. They were talking about how they're really missing Jaleel Farouk right now because he is a smaller receiver, but he plays bigger. He is able to fight in those contested catches a little bit more than a Brennan Thompson or a Jacquez Petaway, or because even Jacquez Petaway, he showed out. He had the touchdown, but again, he's young and it just isn't. It isn't giving. It isn't giving what they want it to give.
Yeah, none of those guys are made to be the number one, number two receiver. You know what I mean? They're number three speedsters, and so yeah, they're missing with the 6'5" receiver. They're missing Andrell Anthony still. He ain't back. Burke, he's still small, but he went out.
I was gonna say he got hurt.
Yeah, and then Farouk and then Nick Anderson. So yeah, they're missing all their sides and missing their best receivers. Like
rough up in Normanville.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know.
Sucks
a
for
later
them.
show we'll talk about who the next head coach gonna be because I think that's over. But anyway.
No, that'll have to wait till next show. We'll talk about that.
That's what I said. Next show down the road.
Oh, I thought you said later. I thought you said later in the show. I was like, we've been on an hour. Like, there ain't no way.
Yeah, a later show. We'll talk about who's the next coach.
Fair enough. So we got a question that who do you guys think will be the next 100-yard receiver? Who you got, Coach?
Who's
a good question.
Quarterback? If it's
we'll assume it's Quinn.
If it's Quinn, Matthew Golden.
Ooh, that was a good one. My gut instinct said Bond, but I like that Golden pick actually. Yeah. I really like that Golden pick. That was a good one.
If it's Archer's Wingo.
Or Jonte.
Maybe. Yeah. He loves it.
He likes Wingo, but I want to see Jonte. I like Jonte.
Did he play much last game?
Ish. He had a good reception for a first down. He did record. Actually, I can pull up the stats real quick. Let me just do that because I have a whole new setup. So this thing is freaking cool, and I can actually look stuff up in real time.
Look at you.
Which is nice. I know it's dope. Okay, here we are. Okay, versus. Yeah, he only had one reception for 15 yards.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think he was used
versus ULM. He wasn't utilized as much. But who knows? We'll see. If Quinn is in, I do like that Matthew Golden pick. I think that's a good. I feel like that's a really good choice for that.
Yeah.
But who else in the realm of college football did you want to talk about? Because there's been a lot. Listen, you want to talk about USC Michigan for a second before we end the show? Because like I said earlier on in the show, I felt very vindicated very early on in that game because that's a Lincoln Riley offense. I get that they got a new quarterback. It's a new situation. I like Miller Moss, though. I don't think Miller Moss is a bad quarterback. But we saw what the Michigan defense was able to do. They held them to 3 up until the third quarter. So, they were winning what was it, 24-3 at halftime or something along those lines. And I just felt super, super vindicated. I felt like our offense was vindicated. I felt like the play that we had was vindicated because we went in and had our foots on their necks from snap 1, and we took over the game from the very beginning, and that was something USC wasn't able to do. And I think that says a lot about us. I think that says a lot about Sark and how they prepared. But I also feel like I said, I feel like we're just vindicated in the fact that is still a very good defense. No matter what you want to say about their offense, that is still a very good Michigan defense They still have very, very good players on that defense. And the reason they looked pedestrian was because of what Sark and Quinn were able to do.
Okay, so I don't have a chance to like analyze this and talk about it. And with Michigan, here's what happened. Here's USC isn't Texas, so to compare or even feel vindicated, to me, it doesn't, because USC is not even close to what Texas is, honestly.
No, and that's fair.
And Lincoln Riley's offense is not the same as we are accustomed to. That Lincoln Riley offense looks like he had Spencer Rattler, right? It looked very pedestrian even with Spencer Rattler. Every pro-style quarterback he has, it looks pedestrian. When he has a dynamic dual-threat running quarterback, that offense is on fire because he can do a whole lot more with it than what he does with it. So here's the thing. Looking at it, Texas converted 10 third downs. 9 of those happened to be third and long. So Michigan's defense was getting us into third and long, and then we were converted. Mm-hmm. And so the longer they're on the field, the more fatigue set in. I told you earlier in the show, fatigue sets in. Those guys are not as good when they're tired. And they don't have the depth. Like, I think when they played Texas, they talked about it, how the championship run, they had 9 dudes they can rotate on the D-line. Yeah. 9. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't have that anymore. But if you keep them fresh, where like USC did, because they're able to get off the field, then they're going to play good for longer because they've been on the, you know what I mean? Like, they're not fatigued. So, yeah, they're going to look better. But USC offense isn't our offense. And so I think that's one thing. The other thing to me is the running game for Michigan. And I said this from the jump. We were able to commit all 10 guys to the run. What's his name? Davis Warren was not going to ever pull and keep it. Ever. Mm-hmm. You put Orgy in, that 9 and 10 people going to the running back, now in 6 or 7, because you got to stay home. So now you get bigger running lanes because Orgy can pull and run. Orgy can pull and dump to the flats. Like, you actually, as a linebacker, I got to stay and read. I know I just got to like I'm a linebacker right now, but you got to stay and read. You got to stay and read and make sure Alex doesn't keep where we're able to say, I'm going as soon as the ball's going, because we knew Davis Warren wasn't going to ever pull it. So styles make fights. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? It was a different fight against the USC.
No, so for sure. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that they didn't take control. My whole point was not necessarily the play on the field. My whole point is just the fact that as a program, as a team, we walked in and took over. We walked in and made that our game from the very beginning. And that's not easy to do in the big house, obviously. It's not easy to do in the big house, and that's where I felt vindicated from. Because
maybe.
What do you mean maybe? That's how I feel. Like, what do you mean maybe?
I get how you feel. Okay, let me say this. I get where you're coming from. But I think USC and Michigan, 2 middle-of-the-road teams with great tradition and great logos. But
maybe. I'm not saying that Michigan is all world. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I felt vindicated in how we played, because USC, who has been talked about for the past 3 weeks as a top 15 team, but it's true.
I know. See, that's what people that's what the media does, and it's like they really middle of the road. You know what I mean?
No, and that's fair, but ultimately, I also feel like I've said it from like week 2. I don't feel like there are 25 teams worth ranking at this point in the season. Like,
yeah, that's the hard part. But
that's what I'm saying, is that we say they're middle of the road, which may be very much true. But are they middle of the road, or are we just that much better? Because
both.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying, is like we get a little bit of credit either way.
Yeah,
and we get that's what I was saying.
Yeah, we get credit. I just think like, they ain't got a chance. They probably gonna finish the bottom half of the Big Ten.
You think Michigan's gonna end up in the bottom half of the Big Ten?
Who they gonna beat over there?
I don't know their schedule.
Passing the ball for 38 yards a game ain't gonna beat.
No, it's not gonna do it. No, not at all. But rushing for over 250 and for 3 touchdowns ain't
gonna happen.
I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying I think that this is one of those things again where I'm giving us too much credit and you're not giving us enough. Like, I'm just telling you how. I'm just letting you know that I feel like I felt vindicated. That's all. That's it.
I get it. I get that you feel vindicated, and a lot of people do. A lot of people want Michigan to be USC to feel good.
So validate it. Let us have it. Damn.
I get it. I just feel like USC's ass too. Like USC's ass too. They're not as good.
No, and that's fair. I'm not. But that's what I'm saying is I'm not saying that. But saying that I felt vindicated doesn't necessarily mean that I think either of those teams are great teams.
Yeah, I think. But you're not the only one that felt that way, though. I think that was all of a lot of Texas fans wanted to feel that way because the more Michigan wins, the more it validates. Yeah. And I get it. So. Yeah,
well, like I said, for me, it wasn't even about just them winning. It was about the stuff because I said after the first quarter that I felt vindicated. Even if Michigan would have lost that game, I felt vindicated just because of the way that Michigan was able to come out and assert their dominance early, whereas they weren't able to do that with us.
No, they wouldn't, and they weren't. Because even the next week against Arkansas State, they couldn't even assert their dominance versus Arkansas State.
Exactly.
So they had Davis freaking Warren in the game.
You're so pressed about that.
Because he's like, it makes you one-dimensional. He threw 3 interceptions against Arkansas State.
No, for sure, I get that. But you're also an Alex Orji guy, so like you're gonna feed that a little bit more. Like I get it.
No, it does make it tough. I take this back. Y'all all remember 2004 Vince Young, right? Mm-hmm. He was ass. We couldn't do shit. He couldn't throw the ball. He threw 12 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. The only thing he can do was read option. People couldn't stop it because they had to respect his running, and we had Cedric Benson. We had some dudes. Think about it. Then he went off against Michigan in the Rose Bowl, doing the read option and one bootleg. That's all he did, and he won the game that way. It makes the defense slow down. So without Alex, like nobody – look, I know, hey, 20 getting the ball, because that's all they can do.
Nobody's saying that that's wrong. Like, so nobody's disagreeing with that.
All I'm saying is
it's just
they give Alex the full playbook and just let him be an athlete, they got a better chance than they have ever with Davis Warren. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe.
No! And credit to Sark. He didn't throw at Will Johnson either. They took a chance to throw at Will Johnson.
Well, but that's exactly what I'm saying is we were smart. We were smart as hell. Sark's game plan for that game was amazing. Beautiful.
It was. He had all time to plan. Mm-hmm. Every time you give him time to plan and you don't have film on him, Sark could do you in. Mm-hmm. Alabama, he had a good plan against Alabama, right?
Twice.
Only person he can't game plan against is that DeBoer dude, because Washington dude, that movement. Hey, man, that's it.
Fucking yikes, man. I'm tired of that shit. But you know what? Hey, we don't get Alabama this season, so we'll.
I know. Hey, I know we talked about that last time, but man, our schedule laid out, bro. It's laid out.
Honestly, the fact that we were sitting here talking about Kentucky and Arkansas possibly being the trap games, and it's honestly probably going to end up being fucking Vandy, Diego Pavia.
Don't sleep on them lawyers and doctors.
Diego Pavia is a dude.
I'm telling you now, don't sleep on them fighting doctors and lawyers over there. Okay?
Diego Pavia is a dude, and he is gonna I'm not sitting here saying that they're gonna go out and win 7-8 games. I'm not sitting here saying that. But he is gonna ruin someone's chances. They should have beat Missouri. They went to what? Double overtime?
Yeah, man, come on. Goddamn field goal kicker. God damn it.
They needed Burt. They needed Burt.
They needed somebody. Shit.
No, never mind. No, they don't need Burt. Burt.
Do we play in Tennessee when we play them?
Yes, we're in Nashville.
Damn, man, that's going to be like a boring game because they don't got no fans. We got to bring our own juice. It's going to be like playing Kansas back in the day. They got nobody. Yeah, we're going to have to fill – Texas fans are going to have to fill up that stadium. They don't go and watch their football teams. Nah, man. Nah.
Texas fans are going to have to go into Nashville the same way that we went into Ann Arbor. We're going to have to run deep as hell.
Boring, man. That's
because that game's going to suck. Like that. There's not going to, and that's why it's going to end up teaming up to be more of a trap game. No, there's not going to be anybody there. There's not really going to, Vandy is a very, very easy team to overlook. And normally it wouldn't be a big deal to overlook them, but Diego Pavia is freaking good.
they got some, I ain't gonna lie, they got some, Vandy got more athletes than people give them credit for. They got some Florida and they got some Texas cats on their roster. Every year they get plucked away because of the portal now, but still, like their receiver starting at Georgia right now that was there last year. It's crazy.
Yeah. What's up,
That's
Chris?
crazy.
What's up,
Hey, did
y'all?
he almost beat Georgia? No, that was Missouri. I'm tripping. What up, Chris Bennett?
That was Missouri.
Hey, man, Chris is a good, solid dude, man.
Yep.
I like Chris.
Chris is a great dude. Really, really appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in and hanging out with us on this Monday evening. We really, really do enjoy it. Coach Dub and I get a little heated, especially now that like football season is in session. We get heated. I love it. I think it's so much fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. We really appreciate you guys coming in every single Monday. If you're watching on Twitter, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel over on YouTube at LacedUp X Podcast. We are really, really, really trying to grow that platform over there. So please go and subscribe over on YouTube. Hit the like button, comment down below. Let us know your score predictions for Mississippi State because we're about to give a quick score prediction before we head out. But so let us know in the comments down below your score predictions. Let us know how you are feeling. We're working under the assumption that it's Quinn. Yeah. At least I am.
Okay.
I'm operating under the assumption that it's Quinn. That's me.
Okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But also hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every single time that we upload, every single time that we go live, because Coach Dub and I are going to really start pushing out some content for you guys. I know we've hinted at it before, but SEC play is started. SEC play is on the horizon, and we're about to really, really get this shit going, you guys. So you really, really, really need to get involved. Please join the fam. We really, really appreciate you guys. Coach Dub, what is your final score prediction for the Texas Longhorns versus the Mississippi State Bulldogs?
I'm going to go Texas 48, Mississippi State 17.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
17.
That's good. I am good. Okay, for me, I think I'm going to go. I was thinking 48. I'm going to go 48-7.
Damn.
I'm going 48-7. I think I think we hold them down the entire game, and it's kind of like Michigan where they end up getting the garbage time tutty. But I'm not giving them any field goals. So,
damn. How many points did UTSA score? 7?
Like 6. They didn't. No, 7. They scored a touchdown. 7. Okay, and then ULM scored 6. We've allowed 19 points all season. We've allowed 19 points all season, and you think Mississippi State is going to score 17?
Hell yeah. That's how I feel. Yeah.
And that's, hey, fair.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Lean into it, man.
And they got a quarterback. And they got a quarterback playing Saturday. Yeah.
Do they?
Well, I don't know if y'all know this on the show. Every kid that comes from like the state of Texas that I know, man, I'm giving a little love. That's what it is. I like Chris Parsons. Look, that's really what it is. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased to kids that I've been knowing since recruiting, knowing since they were kids, and like, you know what I'm saying? I want them to do good. Yeah, that's what it is.
Even if we love that though. Like it's all about that. That's what it's all about. We love having the kids over here on LacedUp. We love doing all the interviews and everything. So we're all about that. Like, I get it for sure.
That's what it is.
But it's just, I know it is, but it's just funny. So thank you guys so much for coming in and joining this. Actually, before we go out, there was one good question that I forgot that we didn't really talk about. Let me find it. Are you able to share any updates on Sadir Mitchell? Do you have any sort of like report as to what happened? Because from what we've heard, he was upset about not getting into the game, and it caused some riff on the sideline. But like, what Is there anything that you can tell us from that situation?
Can't win with him. Can't play with him. Won't play with him.
Who? Anybody?
Now, you missed that. I was doing the whole Mike Singletary thing when he sent
Oh.
to the locker room. But
I was like, what are you talking about?
never mind. Never mind. Somebody gonna get that in the comments.
Somebody will get that. My dad's gonna be mad at me that I didn't get that.
No, anybody gonna get mad at you. You didn't get it. It's just
my dad.
Your dad.
My dad.
You think he's gonna get mad? Nah, Pop's cool. He enjoying the show tonight, but
my dad's a Bears fan though. Anyways, continue.
I don't know what happened fully. I'm ready to find out details about it. Because that's weird. That there, like, you might need to go ahead and transfer back to New Jersey, Rutgers or something. I'll go back home because, like, you getting sent to the locker room, bro. Like,
that's bad.
You ain't, and you're not needed. You ain't the start of the team. You're not needed. On top of that,
no, like, why? Well, and
I don't know.
It's just weird, right? Like, it's just really, really weird because they were apparently they were going up to put him in the game. Like, they were going up to talk to him to put him in the game, and that's when he ended up getting pissed off. So it's like
maybe he got in late. Maybe he's gonna get in late. Like he thought he should have got in early, and he's like, man, I ain't going in the game now. It's a blowout. Blah blah blah. You get some people like that, but hey, bro, you
maybe. But at the same time, at this point, you're like, I'm sorry, you're on the #1 team in the nation. We're deep as hell. You're gonna get in where you fit in. Otherwise, like,
I get it. I mean, I don't get his action, but he
no.
got in the game earlier versus other. He got in the game earlier versus Michigan than he did this game. Like, he let a lot of people play against ULM. I saw Jordan Johnson Rebel. He let a lot of true freshmen play.
So so you think that there must have been like some sort of actual reason?
Yeah, who knows what's there, man? Look. Hey, man.
That's been a struggle. That's been a struggle situation since he's been here, unfortunately.
I know we're not supposed to talk about this. But the bus conversation. Get in the damn portal. Like, you don't want to be here, get in the portal. You don't want to be here. I know Bo Davis is gone, but the shit still remains. It still
rings true. It still 1000% rings true.
I ain't got time for this.
The difference is we're seeing it with one or two guys, not with the whole team. Or like the entire defense.
Yeah, you don't want to be here, bye, man. Anybody got time for that? Not right now. Not right now.
I feel like we've gotten to the point where we don't need that. Like, we don't need to have that. Like, there's no point. We like you said, no offense to Sadir. This is nothing against Sadir personally at all. But if you don't want to be here, nobody's stopping you. Like, if you don't want to be here, nobody is keeping you here if you don't want to be here. Like, don't get me wrong. He was one of the guys that most Texas fans were most excited to see whenever he committed. Everybody was pumped when we got Sadir. But, for whatever reason, for one reason or another, it's just not a fit. It's not working out. It's just not.
I think recruiting services do that, though, because they tabbed him as like the next Jordan Davis, that big dude who's at Georgia. Mm-hmm. And he's not that. And I mean, you build kids up sometimes like, he really wasn't that, but that's what happened. And so we've been expecting to see that, and he's not that.
It just hasn't.
Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss, sometimes you get good on recruits. You never know.
And that sometimes it happens with recruiting. And honestly, like if that's gonna be the effect of it, where it's literally one guy that we're hearing about, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be upset about that.
Nah.
Like, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. I'm not, like, have fun.
Yeah.
Good luck. Love that for you. I hope.
We're actually getting recruits in the 25 class on the
and
line.
That's exactly what it is. Yep. We're winning. We're showing proof of concept. We are firing on all cylinders, and it's hard. It's hard to compete against Texas right now, whether it's recruiting, whether it's on the field. Like, it's hard, and we should be damn proud as fans to be able to sit here and say that we're in this position to be able to even say, if you want to dip out, Sadir, like, peace. We're not going to cry about it. And 2 years ago, we would have, like, the sky would have been falling.
Yeah.
Last year, the sky probably would have been falling for a lot of people.
Yeah, last year for sure, because we didn't have nobody back up.
No, that's what I'm saying. Last year,
shit.
the sky would have been falling for sure.
Yeah.
So now the fact that like we've seen what Sark is able to do when he utilizes the transfer portal and what he's been able to do whenever the wins on the field start to correlate to high school recruiting as well. And I'm just excited for where the program is headed. I'm excited for where Sark has the program headed. And I don't know. It's
so
hard.
Nadia Bus?
I honestly, no, not for me.
Oh,
Not for me. Like I am trying. I'm gonna be real honest. Do I think that that's our ceiling? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like I feel like we're closer to our ceiling than our floor.
Okay.
So like, it's not that I don't think that we can go win a national championship. I don't think that if we don't win a national championship that this season was a bust. I think that it may be considered a missed opportunity, but I think last year was a missed opportunity. You know, like sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. You know, and there are some very good teams that aren't normally very good. And college football has been a complete mess. So I think for me, I am just more on the side of I'm riding the wave. And if that happens, hell fucking yeah. If it doesn't, hook 'em horns, we'll get them next year. Like, I'm not that, and don't get me wrong, that's me right now because we're winning. It's easy to say that when you are winning because you don't have your feelings hurt. But it's very easy to say that, but I feel like for me, like I said, it's more of a missed opportunity than anything. And I think I would be more disappointed in it being a missed opportunity than because I feel like natty or bust. Honestly, for me, I feel like it's natty or bust for like Ohio State.
I feel like that one.
I feel like that is more of a natty or bust type of situation just because of what Ryan Day has been continuously building there for the past, almost decade? He's been there, like 5 to 7 years, something like that? 6 years, something along those lines?
Yeah.
You know, he's been there a minute. He's been there a hot minute. You've got all of the moving pieces. You've got all of the parts.
I agree.
I feel like it's much more of a natty or bust situation for Ryan Day and Ohio State than it is for Texas and Steve Sarkisian.
Okay, I am on the side of natty or bust, but I just feel like this perfect storm.
Mm-hmm. And it is.
We got the best schedule. We got and like it's like laid out. I'm not saying we just got to show up, but we got to go take it too. But I feel like it's laid out.
It is.
Honestly, like it's laid out. But man, we lose it. We're gonna have a whole new starting offensive line next year.
Mm-hmm.
A whole new 5. You know what I mean? We got a lot of older guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying we ain't go and cook, but like, what does the depth at receiver look like? Because right now we got older depth. We losing 3 seniors. We're gonna lose Gunnar Helm. Gunnar Helm a baller.
Yeah, no, Gunnar Helm's going to the draft.
We're still gonna have running backs. Not worried about that. We got Arch. I ain't worried about that because I love Arch.
Yeah.
But like secondary, all the leadership is gone in secondary. Mm-hmm. Muhammad would be the leader. Everybody else is gone.
Well, but I also feel like our secondary, a lot of the guys are young anyways.
Barron, Taft.
Well, a lot of the starters, yes. But what I'm talking about, yes. But what I'm talking about is like overall, I feel like we have more young guys than we have vets in that room.
Nah, you look at the D line. All the new guys.
Yeah. Those are a lot
to replace.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying natty bust because I feel like we got the right amount of depth, really good depth. We got a lot of senior or upperclassmen.
Yeah,
we got a good mixture right now.
Yeah,
we got a coach that's on fire, and we got Johnny Nansen because I think I don't know if he's gonna be here next year because I think somebody gonna still make him a head coach. So like it's a lot of parts that's like, damn, this shit feel good. Like take advantage while you got it because I don't know if we're gonna be there next year because we got to replace so much.
Yeah, and that's fair. All. That's fair. That's completely fair. It's probably true. Like I said, I feel like I don't know. I feel like Natty or Bust just feels more concrete and feels more definitive. Like you're either great or you're a disappointment and you suck. And I don't feel like that is how I would categorize if we didn't win the national championship this season. Whereas, like, if like the example I used with Ohio State, whereas like if Ohio State with what they got don't go and win the national championship, I'm gonna be like, yeah, Ryan Day, you gotta go. Like, it ain't happening. It ain't happening in Columbus for you, my guy. It's not.
No quarterback, you asked me.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's not happening this year, you ain't got it. You ain't got it, friend. Like, I'm sorry. So, whereas, like, I don't feel like that is the case for Texas. So I think that's where my mindset kind of goes. But I totally agree with what you're saying. And, like, it is the perfect storm. We line up perfectly for us to take it all. You know, third-year quarterback, the coach is, the coaching continuity has been amazing. And like you said, it's set up really, really well. So I get what you're saying, but that's it for today's episode, you guys. We went a little bit longer than expected, but thank you guys so much for joining in every single Monday evening. We really, really, really appreciate you guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, please, please, please go subscribe over on our YouTube channel. That was hard. Over on our YouTube channel. We're really trying to grow that platform over there. The road to 1K starts now. Please share with all of your friends. We really, really appreciate it. Hook 'em horns. Coach Dub, where can they find you at?
You know, I always find you boy on Twitter, Coach Dub, Coach Williams II, or Inside Texas. Hey, the promo's back. 2 months for $1. It take you to the playoffs, baby.
Ooh, there you go.
We got some good stuff. Hey, a lot of visitors lined up to come these next two Mississippi State and Georgia game. They lining up. Hey, it's some top recruits right now calling. They calling. Hey, man. Hey, big head. They hitting Sark up saying.
They say, hey, big head.
It's a couple.
They texting Sark said, hey, you up?
You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of them committed to other places. You know what I'm saying? That's calling like, hey, coach, hey, man, I was tripping, man. You know I would never trip.
Yes,
Pops want me to ask for my spot back. You know what I mean? It's like, what spot, pump? No.
Period. So, what? You thought you had a spot?
No. Sark listening to Sark like, look, I forgive you. Oh,
he said it was just a simple lapse in judgment.
for these recruits. Oh, we got to talk about it next show, damn it. Anyway,
we can definitely talk about that next show.
The visitor list will be out. So, yeah, come holler at us. Inside Texas.
Yep.
2 months for $1. Come check me out.
And we will definitely be talking about this next Monday on our Laced Up Live show, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. We really, really appreciate you guys. Hook 'em horns. Beat that Bulldog ass this weekend. Let's get it. Belt to ass. What?
You see the celebration? I gotta say this. Do you see the celebration from like Manny Muhammad when they stop the like belt to ass? You see it?
Yep.
Like belt to ass. Like, yo, I need a t-shirt say belt to ass, hook 'em on it. Somebody make me that shirt. Belt to ass.
Belt to ass. I think my favorite celebration this season has already been Anthony Hill's little gyrating.
Was that the SpongeBob thing he was talking about?
Yeah, he was
Hey, they're having fun and kicking ass. I love it.
That's what I'm saying. You can tell they're all just having so much fun, and I really enjoy it. So, hook 'em horns, you guys. Thank y'all so much. We will see you guys next Monday. Peace out, everybody.
Defense flying to the ball like vultures. Y'all got to pray. Shoot it out like John Wick. Tell me what y'all hate for. And I'm finna run a blitz on you like I'm J4. Standing on this championship trophy, I'm like 8-4. Had to do it big. This is it. Farewell.